This is Rod Kuzanen, Spooman for Risk for Wednesday, February 2nd, 2011, all times on the Charter Central Standard Time. We're looking to take a long trade in the last hour to ride up to a high for the day at 1304.25. Yes. So we've had a few buy signals in here previous to this, which we have not yet acted upon. We're looking for, first of all, a retracement back to 1301.25. 1301.25. Now, if we can get that, that'll make a nice move back up to the high for the day. But that's the plan, and we're just kind of waiting for the market to come back down 1301.25 for a buy right there, and then a right up to the high, which would be, well, depending upon whether we're looking at the day market. The day market high was 425, 1304.25. We have retracements up at 1306 as well, but in any case, a new high for the day in the last hour. Specifically in the last half hour, would we anticipate a new high for the day, the high of the day in the last half hour. That would be a perhaps more accurate way of expressing it. So that being the case, we should be looking at an exit on our trade right up there at 1304.50. Would make for a new high for the day and an exit. So we're looking just at pattern here, but we really don't want to take a trade until we get down here to that retracement line. Now we may have to do so anyway because it may not make it that far. It may go ahead and turn, rally up, and wind up hitting a new high for the day, and then turn right around, come back down like it did yesterday. So we'll see. But it looks like we're now coming down nicely, and we could set up our strategy to take a trade right there at 1301, or we could just use the limit order. Pardon me, we could wait for the strategy to take a trade once it's hit 1301.25, and then just wait for the strategy to pull a signal, or as it just did. But we haven't hit that level yet, as you see. So instead, we're just going to allow that to go by, that opportunity, and wait for the market to drop a little further. Now what we're going to do is we're going to set the strategy up so that it recognizes this retracement level. And hopefully we'll have enough time to do that before it drops. Now what we may need to do here is go ahead and take a trade as it just told us to do, and get ourselves into the trade here. We may be a little bit premature. That's entirely possible. But we'll go ahead and execute a manual trade here. We'll see if we can get the strategy to give us some signals that are a little closer to our preferred entry, and we'll just average into our position if we drop into that 1301.25 level. So that's a good, that's a much better fill. So we'll watch how this performs, but in any event, our target is still 1304.50. 1304.50 is our target. And we'll see what happens here. Okay, we've set up another limit order at 1301.75, because we definitely want to get into this final trade, and I'm not too concerned about the downside. 1301.25 is our retracement line. And that would be ideal. But it may not get that far. So we just want to be in the trade. High probability for a new high for the day. And we base that upon both the trend as well as the pattern. Okay, it looks like we're going to get filled. Good. Now if we can just drop there into 1301.25, that would be even better. Might get filled here. Just might. Any turn down on the premium here could help us to get filled. Looks like we're going to get filled. There we go. Good, good, good. All right. All right. We're happy. We're happy. We'll let the strategy add to that position now if we can get some additional activity. Good, we're actually dropping even lower into our retracement at 1299.25. That's even better. We like that. So let's go ahead and add to that position. We don't mind that. We're just adding to the position. We'll just let it ride. Very high confidence on a new high for the day. So we got into the trade a little bit prematurely on some of our positions, but we're just adding to that. The strategy is set on automatic right now, and we're just letting it ride. We have 13 contracts right now. The strategy says 7 here, but we reset things along the way. Actually, our position is long 13 contracts. And we're looking for 1304.50 as a new high. That's where the limit order is up there. And we'll revise that the closer we get. We may decide to go ahead and scale out of this position as we go up to 1303. But really no reason to question the pattern. No reason to question the pattern, just it's either correct or it's not. Pattern is very reliable. Now we're still adding to our position. The strategy is picking off a few more opportunities to get in. That retracement down at 29.25 still exists. 1299.25, 1298.75. All of those were retracement holdovers from yesterday. So we'll see how this continues to add to the position. Now we have a pre-programmed target of 8 ticks, but we're going to override that in favor of the high for the day. Now, as far down as it moved, it might seem rather unlikely that this thing will move up to a new high for the day. But even so, and even though the market has been pretty flat all day long, don't be surprised. We've got plenty of time, believe it or not, for this thing to run up 4 points in just the next 30 minutes. And we like it. So we're going to go ahead and scale out some of these positions as we move up into 1303 and let the balance ride to the high. We lightened our position briefly. Our trend indicator has momentarily gone negative. We expect that to be restored, but as precaution, we just went ahead and lightened the total position. Still looking for a new high. Now, remarkably, our trend indicator has gone short. So, in the light of that, we have dumped our position. Instead of going long, we have exited the position in its entirety, and we are flat. But that's because the trend indicator said that we had changed direction. So if we get some short signals here, we may go into a new low for the day. It's been a rocky day, very rocky day. So that sometimes happens. There's our short. So perhaps perhaps we'll wind up dropping it down into 1297 3/4 for a new low for the day. It's been tough to read, but you got to be responsive. The market tells you one thing, pattern tells you another, but the trend, don't ignore the trend. And our trend definitely was up for a period of time, giving us confidence for a new high for the day. But when that changed, all bets are off. You've got you can't hold the position that you're always going to be right in your presumptions. Read the market. And when your indicators tell you something completely different than what your expectations are, don't hold on to preconceived notions. That's the quickest way to lose money. So, in spite of our expectations, we have changed our position, gotten out of our long, and we've gone short. Strategy has added to that position. Now we see a gap at 1300.75. There's a gap up there. High probability that that would be filled. $1300.75 is where the gap is. And that just got filled. Now the strategy is shorting big time. As we go into the closing bell. But the day is not over. Well, we are in the after-hour market at this time. We've added to our short position, and we are anticipating that the market is going to go ahead and drop through 1298, which was the low from the after-hours market yesterday, or at least in the overnight market, I should say. But in any case, we've taken a strong short position here and are looking to just gradually scale out of that as we move down into 1228, pardon me, 1298.50, and then just below 1298 itself. So that's our strategy. We were expecting a new high. Things changed. We adapted. Now we're short. Let's go for it. We'll keep you abreast of what's happening. Okay, we eased out of just one position as we drop down there. We'll better yet, let's take this all to 98.75. 98.75, because that's where our first retracement line is. So we've got good reason to expect that will be hit. We have another retracement at 98.25, so we'll move another position to reflect that, and then one at 9800. We'll take a little stronger position right there at 9800. Now our strategy is in agreement with our retracement lines. Well, here we are. It is 9:46 p.m. We took a bunch of positions on this trade, and sure enough, the retracement lines were hit as expected. There they are. Here's all of our positions. Boom, boom, boom. Shorted this thing. Markets finally come down, hit our profit target. We dumped all of our contracts with the exception of one contract that still remains. It's we had that set up at 97.25. 97.25. We have a retracement down at 95.75. Let me show you there. So that'll probably get hit a little bit later on. We're not too terribly concerned about it. Nice profit on that trade, $8,700. That's good. Not a bad day. So in any case, that's what can happen when you do your best to follow the trend, react to the market, and have a goal. So that's where we stand. We showed you the matrix. Let's show it to you again. All of the contracts did in fact get hit, so we've just got one left. I wish we would have had the recording device on at the time, but unfortunately we did not. So in any case, that's where we stand. We'll just get ourselves out of this position so that we can go flat, and we will be done for the night. So there we have it. Come to our website, RSKsys.com. Ask for a demo. We'll help you to see how we know what we know, and when we don't do it right, we follow the market, and we still come out ahead. That's the whole idea behind everything that we do. So this is Rod Kusin, Spooman for Risk.